Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
This will be lecture number 22 on the series on mechanical measurements. Towards the end of the last lecture, we were looking at how a strain gauge is used for measurement of displacement or strain, and in fact we were looking at the elementary circuitry, which is the Wheatstone bridge, which is used for determining the changes in the resistance in terms of an imbalance voltage. So, what I plan to do today is to continue from there, just recapitulate what we did in the last class, and then look at one or two simple examples to find out what we expect from strain gauge circuitry, and then we will move on to the example of a diaphragm gauge, for which some of the basic formulae were formulated or given in the last lecture. So, we will take an example to look at what to expect from a diaphragm gauge in terms of the thickness of the gauge, the diameter, and so on and so forth. Subsequently, we will look at another way of measuring displacement, which of course can be used for measuring displacement in its own right, or for measuring displacement consequent to a pressure signal which is converted to a displacement signal by using either a diaphragm gauge or a bellows gauge. The use of the LVDT, or the linear variable differential transformer as it is known, requires the understanding of the circuitry, how it is going to function, and also some principles of operation of the circuit and how it is used. This will form the latter part of the lecture. So, in essence, the present lecture looks at the measurement of displacement and relates it to pressure, and by two different methods, one using the strain gauge, the second one using an LVDT as the transducer, which changes the pressure signal through a diaphragm or a bellows to a change in displacement or a movement, and then that is sensed by using the LVDT, which is essentially an electrical means of looking at the displacement. So, let us look at the method of measuring the strain. So, we will go back to the strain gauge circuitry, which we talked about in the last lecture. Basically, a bridge circuit, in fact we called it the quarter bridge. We were just about introducing this terminology. So, essentially the quarter bridge circuit consists of the following. We have 4 resistances arranged in the form of a bridge which is very familiar to all of you. So, we numbered them as R1, R2, R3 and R4, and we have a input voltage impressed by using a battery. So, this voltage is V supply, and we are going to measure the potential difference across these 2 points, and this we call that V0 or VO. And if you remember, towards the end of the last lecture, we said that this will be the strain gauge element, and the resistance of this particular element is going to vary because of the displacement or because of the straining of the element. We also mentioned something about the values